Hi, today I'm going to teach you the basics of object-oriented programming as quickly as possible. So in layman's terms, object-oriented programming is a way to program using things called objects instead of functions and logic. An object is essentially some data that has certain attributes. So to implement this in Python, we need to understand the two pillars, which are classes and objects. And classes are basically templates that define the basic variables and methods, and an object is essentially an instance of that class. So to define a class, we would just do class in lowercase and then name our class. So in this case, we'll do player, and you'll see why in a minute. So when we make a class in Python, we need to have an initialize method, and that's basically just executed when you make an object of that class. So to do that, we'll just do def underscore underscore init underscore underscore self, and then for now we'll just have pass in here. So to make an instance of this class, or an object, in other words, we'll just name it. So we'll say LeBron equals player because LeBron is a player, so he's an instance of this player class. So let's say we want to assign it an attribute or essentially a variable that's part of the class. In this case, we want it to be specifically to LeBron. So to do that, we'll do LeBron dot number because we don't want to assign it to the whole player class because you could have other players like Ja Morant. So if we want Ja Morant, we'll just do player. So it essentially inherits this player class, but it doesn't have what LeBron specifically has, which is the number that we just assigned it right here. So if we want to give Ja Morant his own number, we just do Ja Morant dot number equals 12. So these have their own separate numbers. And if we want these players to be able to do things, we'll add a method. So we'll say def shoot because they both shoot in different ways. And then we'll just put a print statement, say shooting the ball. So if we want to be able to run this, to call this method, we'll just do LeBron dot shoot. And when we run this, you should see shooting the ball. And if we want to print the attribute, we can do print LeBron dot number, and you should see the number right here. So yeah, that's just a quick intro to object-oriented programming using Python.